What is up, good sir?
Oh, just the usual. Uh, Checking out the science. Today's going to
Word.
be our first segment of episodes where we do Monday. What is it? Right? Monday science, Thursday gaming.
Yeah, yeah. For now.
Yeah,
See how that
see how it
how
plays
that
out.
goes.
I'm pretty excited about it, man. It gives us a little bit of time to really focus on one without having to stress about um, fitting everything in. So the next one, I don't think the science is going to change too much. Like we always cover that pretty well, but the gaming is, it's like, oh fuck, it's 11 o'clock. It's we've been talking for
Yeah.
3 hours. Now it's like, oh whatever, we can do an hour and a half, 2 hours of this. We can do an hour and a half, 2 hours of that. And if somebody feels like listening, tune
I have
in.
no advice for you.
I got no advice. Um, Speaking of people tuning in, 200 new subscribers just on our Podbean website. That doesn't take into account Google Play. It doesn't take into account iTunes or
Pretty badass,
whatever
man.
else you listen to. So, welcome. And in fact, where's my phone? I want to give a shout out to the last. Screw you if you were on there an hour ago adding. But Dad's at Work was our newest subscriber. So welcome. That was exactly 59 minutes ago that the dad who's at work decided to
Nice.
add us. So
Way to go,
welcome, man.
dads. All of you.
Yeah.
Is that all
I
dads?
think it's
I
all
wonder?
dads. Yeah, we actually have every
Hell yeah.
dad that works is now listening. So
Fuck. There's a few of those.
that's
You even might be one. Just
I,
they just can't afford telephones, so you don't have to find out.
oh, Asian countries. Hashtag no passport, no problems. All right. Well, dude, how was your week?
Uh, well, Pokemon Go came out, so that was that. It ate up more time than it should have, and it ate up more time because it's not good. It's incredibly fucking addictive, but it's a piece of shit.
Oh, don't
And
worry.
everyone,
For Thursday, I've got a entire rant for that
Yeah.
sack of shit
Yeah.
game. But
sorry, yeah,
no, I'm with you there. Like I got it and I try to use it, and then it's like, oh, well, I can't go in that fucking person's house. So, anyways, it's just
mhm.
I'm like in my alley walking, and it's like that's a person's house. I can't I can't just kick it. Okay, so we'll save that for Thursday.
Right, yeah, that's gonna be the hard part. Is there something in my teeth
uh,
right in the middle?
Gums.
Okay, well, I guess those are where they're supposed to
Yeah.
be. Then never mind. On with the show.
Onward.
It's a nice thing about not doing video.
Uh,
Yeah, just been fucking doing school. Has been a load this summer quarter, so been focusing all on that. And fortunately, our teacher's into like sci-fi and shit, so we're having to read this radical evolution book that covers like the positive, like the hell scenario, scenario of human transcendence through computer technology, and like Ray Kurzweil's outlook on all of that stuff, and then the hell scenario, and a dude named Bill Joy who's terrified of nanotechnology and nanoscience, thinks that a gray goo is going to kill us all.
what's the
Self-
hell scenario?
It covers a couple different routes to imminent destruction, and the AI taking over the world, and just robots. If my headphones just cut out, so I'm waiting for those to come. All right, we're back on. I promise to have new headphones next time we record. He's
Hashtag take this shit seriously.
yeah, it's time. But he's worried that like self-replicating robots would be the downfall of the human race, as just like a fucking Hollywood blockbuster style. All the robots, it's just the Matrix. Or like nanotechnology creates a gray goo that just consumes matter and it spreads all over Earth, and that's the end of life.
So I don't know how big of a Futurama fan you are, but the Bender episode is that like Bender replicates himself, but every time he does, it makes him half his size. So eventually, it's just like a gray goo of Benders, and they need alcohol obviously to survive.
Sure.
So they start like they get so small that they can rearrange the molecules to turn like water into alcohol. They drain the entire planet. It's a pretty good episode. Futurama.
That's awesome.
I would say doesn't get enough credit, but
It's got a
yeah,
fucking ton of credit.
it got a lot of credit. It's worth
if it had a
every
dick,
bit,
people
yeah.
would suck it.
Ooh.
So
I put it down. Speaking of dicks I'd suck. Hi, Mom. Speaking of dicks I'd suck, I got to see Billy Joel. This.
oh, right on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's been a couple weeks since we did an episode. So
That's right. Well, and yeah, it has. It's been a bit. So,
how was Summerfest?
So-
I've never been.
Summerfest is a crock of shit. Sorry. Sorry for everybody that really likes it. There are some good acts. So the problem is like, God damn it. Did I say Billy Joel like a cocksucker? I went and saw Billy Idol.
Oh, okay.
For sure didn't see Billy Joel. So. Ooh. That slip of the old tongue there. I'm slightly drunk. We'll get through this. So I got to see Idol. I got to see Billy Idol. It was fantastic, and I got to see little personal victory here. I put on Facebook, going to see Billy fucking Idol.
Sure.
Right? At the end of the show, he goes, "This is my bass player," says his name that doesn't matter, and here's my guitarist, and here's my excellent drum guy, whatever the hell his name is, and then he goes, "And I'm Billy fucking Idol," and I lost it, dude. Billy Idol is 60 years old. He didn't wear a shirt for half of his show. No, like he had leather pants on, no shirt.
Yeah.
He's ripped, 6-pack. Like, dude is
on that cocaine diet.
Proof that if you're gangster enough, you can live forever.
If you do enough drugs, they eventually just preserve your body.
The show,
you just can't stop.
The show was phenomenal. I mean,
That's good.
The pageantry of it, the way he laid his sets out, everything about it was incredible. And the only unfortunate thing was there was only one other person playing that I kind of wanted to go see, and that's just because of my age. Nelly was playing. And I was like, oh, I'd like to just go just to see him and be like, all right, that's Nelly. Like that. But he fucked up. He went on the exact same time that Billy Idol went on. You're not gonna win.
I think that's like two very different age groups for.
I don't think so. I think if you'd have put.
Nelly's not 60, so there's my counter argument.
He's in his goddamn 40s.
Sure, that's an entire generation.
But I don't think that gap's
Billy
big enough.
Idol's like your mom's generation. Nelly is ours.
If you put who's a new rapper, like a real, I don't know any new ones.
2 Chainz.
Okay, yeah, put 2 Chainz there and then put Billy Idol. I think you've got 2 different segments. But you have people my age, like you got people late 20s through their 30s who grew up and Nelly was like the rap star when we were kids, who would like to see them. But we also got our parents just pouring Billy Idol in. Like I can't give up the opportunity to see Billy Idol to see Nelly. But I would have liked to see both. But you just can't compete with fucking Billy Idol. You just can't, dude.
Nelly can't.
No,
That's for
but
sure.
I would have if
I wouldn't want to see either of them, but if I had to
really.
choose, I would choose Billy
You
Idol.
wouldn't
Yeah.
want to see Billy. See,
But Billy Idol in my life was a cameo on The Wedding Singer. It's fucking it.
but,
That's it.
but that's
And Nelly fucking sucked. So
where the Billy like your Billy
if I
fucking
had to
Idol like
choose-
that's where that came from for me. The Billy fucking Idol thing. That's where that came from. Like he's walking on the airplane. And he's like, "You're Billy fucking Idol," and so that's where I picked it up. And now that he refers to himself as Billy quotes
he's become
fucking
self-aware.
Idol, dude, I loved every bit of the show, man. He's good. He sounds good. We were having a great time. But
That's
when
good.
he said that, I schoolgirled out like, he said fucking yeah, like it was
I
good
like
shit.
the F word.
Yeah.
We have a lot in
Yeah,
common.
we can be buddies. They wouldn't let me close enough to touch him. I don't know why. I kept saying press. They wouldn't listen.
You should have just carried your microphone around with you.
Just
It's wireless. Fuck off.
fuck off. Just duct taped it to the back of my phone. That's totally legit. I work for
Technology.
the radio station. Which one? The radio.
Yeah.
I work for the
Just
radio.
name fucking 3 letters and you're in.
KAQRPTY 10986 FAM.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Welcome. Come on in.
Come on in.
That's a big fucking jump though from I don't remember if it was 2015 or 2014, but Lady Gaga was headlining Summerfest. And that costs more money than probably Billy Idol and Nelly combined.
Now,
So I'm curious if they just had a lack of
no.
interest.
Here's the thing: Billy Idol played part of the free part of Summerfest, right? So, if you're unaware, Summerfest is the largest music festival in the world, and if you go by number of artists and time period, it's 2 weeks long. They have a ton of people you've never heard of.
Sure.
And then they have some names. But then they also have like an add-on where you can pay more and then you get into the regular part, but then you can go to this amphitheater and listen to a headliner. And it was like
Oh, okay.
a couple of big name country stars played this year.
Gross.
What's the one that was married to Miranda Lambert and then he, God damn it, he's on The Voice. Ugh.
You're on your own.
Yeah, sorry, country fans.
Oh, fuck. I know this one. What the hell's that guy's name?
He's super famous, like astronomically famous, but for some reason
He's married to Gwen Stefani now.
he dated. Yeah, I don't know if
because
they
I
married,
buy groceries. That's
Yeah.
how I know. Yeah, they're having like triplets or some shit.
Oh,
Blake Shelton.
Blake
There we go.
Shelton. So Blake Shelton was in the amphitheater, so you had to pay like $70 to see him. But then you got into Summerfest that day for free. Now, on the night that Billy Idol played and that Nelly played, some no-name, literally, they are not famous band played the amphitheater that you could have paid money for. I'm sure it was empty.
Oh, okay.
But Billy Idol chose to play out in the free venue, and so did Nelly. That they would attract a bigger crowd, the more performance by doing it where everyone could hear them. So props to those guys.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
like, this year was not short of big, like REO Speedwagon, Tesla. They all played. I mean, those.
Ooh, Tesla. Boy, oh boy.
So there was, what's left of AC/DC was out there. Like there was.
Was Axl Rose singing for AC/DC?
I think so at this one.
I heard he's doing decent.
Not
I
bad
haven't
from his
heard it,
wheelchair of doom. But no, it was. I think it did really well, man. They definitely had a lot of people. The problem that we ran into, this is the main problem with Summerfest, and if anybody that has anything to do with Summerfest by happen to chance listen to this, for fuck's sake, sell alcoholic drinks, not beer, but actual drinks at more than $1 location, there's one
Oh
bar
boy.
that I can get a vodka soda lime because, god damn it, I want to be skinny. So my stupid diet lets me drink vodka soda limes or whiskey straight, and that's it. I can't have Michelob Ultra is about it, but nobody sells it. So we had to wait in line over and over again at one bar at the very far end of the entire place.
That's terrible.
I was
I wonder if
pretty
that's
pissed.
state regulations.
If they can do it, somebody else could have. Like, there's no way that they only let one. I don't. I don't know. Maybe
Maybe they
it
used to
was
have two and
but
people lit shit on fire, so they're like, ah,
enough of that.
yeah, it only takes one.
Yeah.
Now you will only have one bar.
But that was that. Other than that, the week went pretty good. I've been riding around. I got rid of the Harley. So if you are on my Instagram, you'll notice that the Harley that I posted about fetched me a bit of a profit. So I
Good. Good. I remember that was your goal
used it.
when you first picked it up.
Yep, that was it. A $2,000 1977 piece of shit Sportster now has, without much investment at all, a little bit of elbow grease and less than $1,000 in parts, got me an '08 Gixxer that is in real fucking nice condition.
It's a Gixxer?
Oh, sorry, R6.
An R6?
Yeah, I got
Okay,
an
I thought it
R6
was an
this time.
R6.
Yeah, the Gixxer's the race bike we got, but nope. So that
Nice.
that
That's good.
worked
It's
out.
good you finally got
Yeah.
that turned around.
So we're moving up, I guess.
Sold a motorcycle to get a motorcycle.
Mm.
All right.
At least Melody can ride in the back of this one, so we've been cruising
Yeah,
around.
definitely. I mean, you could run on the back of the other one too, but
You did it.
whatever.
The fender was dragging the tire afterwards, but
Yeah, sorry about
it
that.
was a good profile pic.
Real dick move. Then
Then
I passed out drunk and you guys had to run and find your hat in the middle of the street.
hopefully there's no law enforcement that can tag us down for this, but we were way too fucked up to be in a motorcycle that night.
Yeah, I don't know who was driving that thing.
I wasn't there. I was just holding on to the handlebars. But that thing's out of
Yeah.
here. R6 is in. I think that's about it for weekday activities.
Right on.
It was a good one, man. I've put more miles on that R6 in these 3 days than I put on that Harley in the year that I owned it.
That Harley that you had, that, like, did you ever have it at a time where riding a motorcycle was a possibility in Wisconsin?
The past couple months, but I only finished it a few weeks ago. Like, I put the new battery in it the day that I took it to go sell it to the guy.
Oh, okay.
So its entire goal of its life was really to be sold. Like, it looked good,
Yeah.
but it's a 1977. You know, it top speed of like 55 mile an hour. It doesn't ride well. It's a hardtail. Like, but it looked good. Like, you set it out there in front of something, and people were like, "Dude, that's fucking nice." Like, what is that?
yeah,
You know?
for sure.
And that's what got this guy. He's like, "Oh man, it looks so cool." Like, sure, you're gonna get real sick of riding it. Like, every bump is like someone your spine. Like,
It sounds terrible.
so, whatever. I got the R6 now, and it's a lot of fun.
Shoot.
Well, man, you ready to tear in some paper? Get a little science on
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Let's tear some paper, whatever the fuck that means.
What do you?
So Juno made it. Sorry.
No,
Fire
you're
away.
right in
Hit
there.
it.
You're in where I was about to go, my friend.
I haven't tracked it too much, but I know it made it.
Let me find my page. Let me find my page, Juno here. So Juno, if everyone knows, is not a very artistically ambitious movie about a couple of teenagers that bang and have a kid. Juno that we're talking about is the Juno space project that traveled 1.7 billion miles in 5 years to go into orbit around
So
Jupiter,
fast.
right? Um, do you know what the impressive thing is about the 1.7 billion miles in 5 years?
It traveled 1.7 billion miles.
It's faster than any rocket that we have developed is capable of going. So,
Uh, in the atmosphere?
no, no, period.
Okay.
So we don't have anything that can propel anything that fast. Even now, even though it did it, we don't have it. And I'll explain that because it might hurt a little bit in the math part of the brain. Um, we don't have anything that'll go that fast. It would have taken too long, so they had to devise a way to do it. So we straight up science fiction the shit out of this thing, and we sent it out into a long orbital arc up around the sun and back. And what we did was we slingshotted it using Earth's gravity.
Okay.
It gained 88,000 miles an hour off our gravity alone.
Wow.
So, suck it, flat earthers from the last episode, because your flat earth can't slingshot a dog turd because it's not fucking round. It has to be round to do this. We sent this thing out into a long orbit. So it's a elliptical orbit, goes out like an egg, way far away, comes back in, slows way down, picks up a little speed when it passes the sun, it picks up a bunch of speed, hits us, and using just minor corrections, uses our gravitational sling to launch it an extra 88,000 miles an hour to a top speed of 165,000 miles an hour. It's the fastest man-made projectile that has ever been created. Good job, fucking Juno.
Good job.
Hauling ass is what it did. 165,000 miles an hour. Made it to Jupiter in 5 years. Had to use a retrograde, brake rockets, I guess you want to call them, right?
Oh, okay. Like thrusters?
Yep. Reverse thrusters to slow the thing down. It performed it perfectly and locked into an orbit on Jupiter on the first try. Absolutely perfect textbook.
That's the fact that it made it the first time is astronomical. But I can't imagine lighting off a firework and then walking away for 5 years and just like, today's the day. And then it just fucking works.
Yeah, and then that firework
Nobody
slows
touched
itself
anything.
down and turns itself and
Right, yeah.
does
If
it.
only that firework were a satellite that flew to Jupiter and then took pictures.
And it's fucking Jupiter, so it just got shit flying around it. Jupiter has, I don't know if anybody knows it, but the Jupiter has a ring. Like Saturn, it's just very light. But there is asteroids and things just kind of floating around. It's the biggest and oldest planet in our solar system. I'll give you an idea. Jupiter is so large that we believe that we rotate around the sun. Right? We believe that, well, if you've listened to prior podcasts, the sun's like a bullet. Everything rotates around it. On a normal solar system, that sun would stay stationary in the middle. Jupiter's so fucking big that it actually moves that sun into its own little orbit around the magnetic center of our solar system.
Crazy.
So there is like a dot, and the sun actually, and it's a very tight dot for our sun because it is the biggest, right? The sun has got the most
Sure.
mass, and the sun kind of wobbles around that point, and everything else rotates around it. But Jupiter is strong enough to pull the sun slightly out of a perfect beeline.
Oh, okay.
That's how much force Jupiter has. It's massive. The thing is, it's incredibly massive. But we are now in orbit around this thing. It's going to be there for 20 months. from start to finish. 18 of those months will be recording data. So
It's fucking cool.
we should learn. I mean, more than we. I mean, could have ever thought to hope to learn from this thing. It's going to be. It's thought to be the oldest celestial body in our solar system. So before there was anything, there was Jupiter, and because of its warpath through our solar system, which is what it did. Uh, uh, other. Here's a couple other tidbits for you. The Any solar system that almost mirrors our own has at least 2 or 3 Earth-like rocky planets, and most of them have what we would consider to be a super Earth, a rocky planet that is 2 to 3 times the size of our own, which has been every time we find one that looks like it would be like another Earth, it's always much larger than ours. They believe there's a couple theories, but one of the theories is that Jupiter started very close to the sun. And when there was this like celestial, it's got a protoplanetary disk, which was in all the goodness that made up our solar system, was kind of just out there, before there was any planets. Jupiter started to form there, and then
Oh, God damn it! What do they call that? The what is that fucking that with the Goldilocks?
Oh.
Don't they call that like the Goldilocks zone is like that area where like everything lines up to be just right to allow for life?
Oh, for life would be like the habitable zone. But this would have been even before that was conceivable. Like these are, the radiation would have been intense. This is like billions of years ago. So you're looking like 3.5 billion years ago, when there was just like the raw material to make a planet was starting to coagulate in to a zone, right? So Jupiter started to form, and it was just a small core, and then Mercury came along, right? And then they linked into an orbit. Now, when that happens, it actually alleviates the pressure from the sun and starts to move one away, because it's not getting pulled, like it almost gets shielded by one. And so they believe that Jupiter then tore through our zone, then Mars's, and then kept moving out into where it is now. And because of that, it absorbed so much of the material that we ended up with a teeny tiny planet.
What a fuck.
Right? It sounds like a dick, except for the fact that because he's so massive and he ended up where he is, that we don't get pelted by asteroids all the time.
Sure.
So
guilt finally set in.
Yeah, and he's like,
well,
all right, yeah,
I guess I'll do something.
I'll stop you from getting fucked up. So you got to thank Jupiter for not allowing most of the giant H bombs that should just be pelting our cities every day.
Like crazy debris that's flying hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of miles an hour through the fucking galaxy.
Like,
everything's fine down here.
yeah, we got bright sunny star out there and a perfectly flat Earth to live on.
Yeah,
no, it's Jupiter's doing a great old thing out there. But at the beginning part of our solar system, it really did wreak havoc, and that's why we're unique. As far as we can tell, we're unique. Like that's a rare occurrence. But what Juno is trying to figure out, what their whole mission is looking at what created Jupiter. We believe it to be a hydrogen fluid that is most of the planet, but that's just a theory, because as far as we know, hydrogen isn't a fluid, but they believe under massive gravity that may be a state.
Okay.
So it's just another state of almost like a state of matter. Like, you got liquid oxygen type thing. Like this could be
Yeah, yeah,
another
yeah.
thing. You end up with liquid hydrogen. So that's kind of what they believe it is. The storm, the big red eye that's on Jupiter, has gotten
Hmm.
smaller over the years that we've been staring at it through our telescope. So, um,
How long do they think that that's been going on for?
that I think it's
Do you know off the
eternal.
top of your head? It's so fucking crazy. It's yeah, man.
It'd be
Fuck.
worth the Google. I think they believe
Yeah.
it's eternal. I don't think that we know that if there was ever a start or end date for that storm.
I should have. Yeah, I apologize, man. School's been fucking busy. I should have been reading up at least about Jupiter.
They I got kind of dug into the Jupiter thing just looking up the Juno this week and really pulled down a lot of interesting crap about it. Like it's another one of those we know it's a giant gas planet, but what do we really like I want to know what's below. Is it all gas? Like if you were to just plow through it, would you land on something? Because according to Discovery News video that I watched on them earlier, they say it's a solid core that has just accumulated this gas around it. But how big is that core? Like, I mean, you could have it's so much larger than Earth. I mean, ooh, it's ridiculous. Like you could have a core, a solid core, 2 or 3 times larger than even our planet.
It's it's 11 times larger than Earth.
Right.
It's fucking crazy.
So yeah, you could have a core the size of Earth, and then 10 times of that could be the gas,
Yeah.
and still we're like, oh, it's all gas. Well, there's a whole Earth down there that is like we don't know what it is. So I don't know how much of
According to
that.
the Wikipedia article, there's a cutaway of Jupiter, and they think that the middle is a rock and ice core. So they say that the middle is a rock and ice core, and then surrounding that is metallic hydrogen, and then outside of that is like a number of layers of gas. It looks like it's fucking crazy.
I I would like them to go get a sample. Like they need to make something that can survive.
Well, what they need to do, they need to hit up that dude that flew to the sun from North Korea. They need to hit him up and send him out to Jupiter real
Well,
quick.
yeah, just make a
It might
quick
this
trip.
yeah,
Quick trip.
he might have to pack a lunch for this one. Sorry, but run out there real quick, check shit out, boots on the ground, come back, let us know
Yeah,
what's up.
I mean it's not that. I mean, come on, it's not that big a deal. You went to the sun.
Yeah. You did
Just
the
Jupiter.
sun.
Yeah,
Yeah. Come on.
come on, dude. Don't be so
Come on.
selfish. We know what the sun is. Let's set up Jupiter.
So it says that it is the red spots known to have been in existence since 1831 and possibly since 1665. So at this point, it has just existed for fucking always. It sounds like.
Yeah, that's when we could observe it. So we started observing it, but yeah, it may have just been always. Did you listen to the sounds yet?
The one of the Juno entering orbit
Yep.
was pretty fucking badass. That was like, yeah,
I like it.
this is just fucking heavy metal breakdown bass drop.
If you guys
Pretty fucking
haven't had a
cool.
chance to go in and listen to the, it's just electromagnetic waves that Juno picked up as it was entering orbit. But I don't know. I don't know why it's so incredible, but it is. It's a sound produced from a planet, and it's dude, I dug it. It was pretty stellar,
Yeah,
man.
it's
It
neat.
was.
It's fucking science fiction, man. It's cool.
It's a planet
guess,
talking to you.
I guess a few artists put together some music and shit for the Juno mission, and I guess Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails was involved, and a few other guys, and they had made a couple of the artists use sounds from that they had gotten from Jupiter, not the artists, but like science people, space folk, it like as like parts of their music. Pretty fucking cool, but it's all available on iTunes, so check that shit out.
I need to take a look at that. I didn't know that happened. Um, Tyler, you and I have worked in a good number of nuclear power plants, so we are familiar with the term rad,
Mm-hmm.
right? And for anyone that's not familiar with that term, a rad is a deprecated unit of absorbed radiation dose. So, um, all it is a unit given to the amount of energy that you absorb from radiation. Okay, so when you work in a nuclear power plant, they break that down into a millirem. So you get 30 or 40 millirem every time you go down to work next to a reactor. Now, that's pretty good. That's pretty standard. What humans get here on Earth is about a third of a rad in a year. All right, so a rim. I don't know what the difference between a rim and a rad is. It doesn't really break that down, but I'm assuming that's what they mean. One rim would be one rad. Seems about right. So
It's a lot of that shit that I do not fucking remember, to be completely honest.
dude, so I only remember rim as like when you had a rim, like we dealt in millirim
Mhm.
always, like on those little counters, the dosimeters. And then you would get one R, and you could get, like, when you would dive in a fuel pool or something, we would get, like, oh, that thing's like 4R. Stay the fuck away from me.
Stay the fuck away.
Yeah,
from
you're gonna
me.
get some cancer. Like that bag that we were dealing with at Perry was
Jesus.
I forgot how many R. There was that pellet that got stuck in the tube that was like 30 R, and they had the panic attack over it.
What was that, LaSalle?
No, that was when we were.
Oh,
remember at Perry?
All right, I gotcha.
that-
Yeah.
That wad of shit that got stuck in the tube. So
It's for breathing
it's
underwater.
for breathing
That-
underwater.
That job.
Yeah.
Got it.
But we were all at some point very close to whatever that big wad of very radioactive thing was.
Mm-hmm.
So when they say 1R, and in this thing that I read, it referred to it as 1R, but they referred to it when they spelled it out as 1 rad. I believe they mean rim. I believe they mean 1 radiation measurement, right?
Okay.
It's the only thing I think, because rad would be short for radiation, and that's not a measurement. Rim is a measurement of radiation. So, anyways, I'm going to count it as this. If somebody finds out different, please write us on Facebook or something. Let me know. But it appears that the Earth receives about 1/3 of a rad a year filtered through its atmosphere.
Okay.
The Juno probe that is around Jupiter is receiving 20 million
Wow.
R in the 20 months that it's going to be there. So just under 2 years. So you're looking at about 10, 12 so million rad is what they're calling it, but I think it's 12 million rem a year is what this thing's getting. And
That's fucking
they're
crazy.
worried it's going to degrade electrical components.
Wow. God damn.
That's
Are they afraid that it might fuck it up before it finishes its mission?
that they have done a lot of stuff to make sure that it's ready, but that sheer, I mean, this thing is we have probes that are outside of our atmosphere that are receiving direct barrage from the sun. That should be the most radiation you could ever get, right? Like the fucking sun. Apparently, it's fucking pancakes to what Jupiter's putting out. Jupiter's pumping out an insane amount of radiation.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, when I was,
Yeah, like I said, I don't think of I don't think of other planets as a source of like crazy radiation.
Yeah.
Like I think of the sun as being the primary source.
Yeah, like that's got to be the top dog. I mean, as far as I'm thinking, it's a big fucking ball of hydrogen fire like that.
Yeah.
That should be the most. Nope. Turns out Jupiter is just pumping that shit out. Which, hopefully, little Juno survives. It did a hell of a trip and a really good job to everybody that was on that thing. To nail it first try, kind of shocking that something
Yeah.
run by
It's
our
pretty fucking
government
incredible.
just nailed it.
For real.
Like, they just got it right.
Did you see the nerdy shit about Juno? Like the three little aluminum Lego figures that are on board?
No, I didn't.
So there's three little aluminum Lego characters, and one of them is Jupiter for obvious reasons. The other one is Juno, duh, and then the third one's Galileo, who was the first person to point a telescope at Jupiter. So that's kind of cool. And then the story of Jupiter is that Jupiter was married to Juno, and Jupiter started fucking around with Io on Juno. Does that make sense? Like Jupiter and Io were hooking up, but Juno and Jupiter were married. So Jupiter ran away and put a cloud around him to hide himself and Io from Juno. So now Juno has found Jupiter and is taking pictures of Jupiter to find out what the fuck's going on inside of that cloud. So fucking hats off to NASA for some ridiculously nerdy bullshit
That's
about
fucking
some
incredible, dude.
a crazy wife looking for her fucking husband who's
And
fucking a hooker somewhere in the galaxy.
who better than NASA to do this?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
the only thing better would be naming it that chick that went fucking batshit and put on the diapers and went and tried to kill her boyfriend's wife. Like, that would be the only better thing. What if we found 2 cores inside there?
That'd be some shit.
That means some random old story from...
Suddenly Greek
Yeah, I was going to
mythology
say Greek
makes more
mythology,
sense
right?
than
Like, it's
Christianity.
old Roman story, whatever it was, turned out to... It's like, oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's just
what
fact
happened.
now. It's just part of the story of the universe.
I need to look up a lot more of those because there's stories about all of the planets. Like not all of them, but like a good majority of what happened has like these weird mythological stories, and it's kind of fun to know.
Yeah. Super fun. It's interesting with like the state of the art technology. Then they knew that it was a gas giant that was real fucking far away.
Yeah.
There was like a huge gas giant real far away. It's like, what? I don't know. Like, with as little as we have learned over that span of time from when Galileo first discovered it to now, we know more about it, but it's not like we know exactly what the fuck's going on Jupiter. It's not that. Like,
No.
we're still trying to figure shit out.
We just know that it's gas. We have no clue what surface is at all.
Yeah. It's super interesting.
Do you remember all the fuss about the 9th planet or 10th planet if you're a Pluto fan?
Is that one that's in that super fucking huge orbit
Yeah.
that only comes by every like 10,000 years?
Yeah,
or
a bunch of
something?
people call it different things. That like there's a big conspiracy uproar about like Planet X or it's like Ubuntu or something. I think is the other name for it. Anyways, they believe there's another theory with Jupiter that those two got into like this weird fucking elliptical spin around the sun, and Jupiter slingshotted it. Yeah, a dance off pants off it and won, and slingshotted that other planet outside the asteroid belt. So there is a real NASA theory that that planet exists, and it's outside of the belt, just cruising, because Jupiter just fucking dance off, pants off, and threw that thing out of here. So,
Breakdance that motherfucker the fuck
Yeah.
out of the galaxy.
so that's just another. Last thing on Juno, and then we'll move on. Juno is going to get within 3,100 miles of the actual clouds. That's as close as it's ever going to pass. Without, they believe that's as close as they can get safely.
right on.
So
That's so fucking cool. I watched a little bit of a time lapse of the photos that it was taking as it was flying around, and it's so crazy.
I can't wait to start getting some of those like real in-depth photos back. Everything. What kills me about Jupiter is those patterns it makes. Like it's a layered cake. Like
Oh, like
it has
the swirls?
Oh yeah, and they repeat themselves. Man,
Yeah, it's like, yep, it's weird. It's no small wonder why they fucking shot a satellite out to that
if
thing.
you take one of the bands, it'll look like a wave crashing inside the band, and that
Yeah.
wave symbol just repeats itself over and over and over and over and over all the way around it. And then you drop down one, and that one will have like a dot, and that dot will repeat itself over and over and over. Like it looks like you did one of those tie-dye things where it spins and you drop the
Yeah.
ink. Like it's, man, I really I can't wait to start seeing some extremely high definition photos of that.
It'd be cool if they found out that it was just a giant bundle of cotton candy.
Ooh.
That's it.
How much would you
Just
pay?
blocks asteroids.
How much would you pay for some Jupiter cotton candy?
Would it take me 5 years to get there?
No, if they brought it back, if they just brought back some,
Oh, Jesus.
I might spend all of my money. Like if I could just give, like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
could
homeless.
spend all of my money right now and be comfortable with that.
Like I'll be homeless, but I get to eat some Jupiter. I might do that. I might.
Fuck it, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might get superpowers, and
We
then
might.
yeah, and then you don't need a job anymore. So
Or you're gonna get cancer.
yep, then you don't need a
Then
job
you don't
anymore.
need a
So
job
fuck,
anymore.
either way, you're coming out on top. Eat Jupiter. It's better than
Oh,
life. As it
Hashtag
turns out.
eating Jupiter. Well, my friend.
We all know the moon isn't made out of cheese. But if it was made out of barbecue spare ribs, would you eat it? Just answer the question and we'll move on. Fucking so fucking stupid.
We all know it's not made out of cheese. God damn it. Oh. Focus. Oh, well, my friend, what do you know about Green Bank, West Virginia?
Thankfully, fucking nothing. I'm really upset that I have to maybe learn something
You're
about
about to
it now.
learn a shit ton about Green Bank,
Oh.
West Virginia.
Oh boy.
I didn't know this place existed, which you shouldn't because it's West Virginia. 2, I didn't know the government could do this. I don't know if I got a 3, but we're going to get to all of the points that you could ever have questions for. Green Bank, West Virginia. This is known as the National Radio Quiet Zone. So start firing up that Google pad because I don't know the dimensions of this bad boy. But
Now, what is it called? The National what?
National Radio Quiet Zone.
There it is.
It was founded in 1958, and they are not allowed to have Wi-Fi, radios. I don't know what else to name here. Anything that transmits a signal or receives one isn't allowed to be had.
Really?
So, and if you look it up on a map, go ahead,
Yeah.
take time on your smartphone to hit the home button and Google this shit. The size of it is pretty large.
Yeah, it's real fucking big.
If you rent land here, you can live there. You and I could go tomorrow and rent a cabin. If you go live there, you have to sign an agreement with the government to not set up a wireless router, to not use a cell phone. None of this.
But you could have like, would like
You can
landlines
have
and shit like that
landlines,
work?
and you
Okay.
can have internet, but it has
But
to
you
be
couldn't have like a wireless phone in your house on your landline.
right. And you can't have a Wi-Fi network off of your wired connection.
Better be for a good reason.
Now-
Sounds like we're fucking cavemen again. Jesus.
That's probably a good point. Let me give you the reason now, and then we'll get back to the problems that they're having. Because it's 2016, and it's real fucking hard to stop Netgear from getting in your house. So
Yeah. Yep.
they have the largest steerable radio telescope in the world.
Is that this
And
big white bastard that I'm seeing a picture of?
That's got to be it. In Greenbank, West Virginia. It is the single largest project for searching for extraterrestrial life. That
Wow, of all places.
so the place that has the most people that believe in aliens, and the fact that your government committed 9/11, and the fact that lizards run your government, and the fact that fucking your sister is okay, also have this, which is the largest steerable radio telescope.
Yeah, I googled all of those all of those
It's
things,
all true.
and they all popped up a picture of West Virginia. So yes, keep going.
These telescopes are uninterrupted by outside interference, and they are able to view stars being born, stars dying. Like, they are extremely sophisticated, and they have to hire people that run around with receivers, so not transmitters, but just a receiver, and they pick up if you have Wi-Fi or not. Like, if you
Wow.
get in your house and somebody has a locked Wi-Fi, it'll still say like Bill's
bet
Wi-Fi, and they'll have a little lock symbol. You got to enter password. So they just go and they find these, and then they try to hunt them down to evict you. Like, get the fuck
Yeah.
out! Like, you signed this agreement, and now you have Wi-Fi. They can't do it. They just can't keep up. Like, everyone has
Really?
it. Yeah, they just can't. Like, everyone is just getting it, and it's ruining the program.
So there's a shortage of snitches in West Virginia. Like they can't hire enough people to go.
This guy,
They're probably not paying shit.
well, they showed. You can watch a little documentary with the guy, and the guy's riding around, and he goes, "Right now, where we're sitting, there's 50 Wi-Fi transmitters." He's like, I don't even know where to look. Like, you don't even know where to. Like, do you have one? And they're like, no. And he's like, well, I know there's one here. But if there was one and you could zone in on it, it was easier. But now the guy boots up his system and just a list falls because everyone's got it. Like, you just can't.
People are
stay away with it.
cocksuckers. They need to go in and like change their rules. So like there's a new end user license agreement in order to live in this area, and
I think
like Apple updated their fucking iTunes rules. So come on down to the radar dish and sign this shit.
I think what their problem is, what's happened to them is cell phones have become so popular, and then tablets have become so popular, and you cannot hardwire a tablet. So if your kid wants his fucking iPad, or you want an iPad, the only way to use it is with Wi-Fi.
Well, then you move.
But I think this is where they're falling into. So my grandparents in 1958 said, I'm going to live here and I'm going to get this land super cheap because I'm going to sign this agreement. And their kids are
Yeah.
born, and they were like, well, that kind of
What the
sucks.
fuck is wireless?
Yeah, that kind of sucks, but we can deal with it. And then their kids are born, and they were like, fuck you, I want my iPad. So it's
I need my red tube and I need it now.
it is falling down the line now. I mean, 1958, man. So that's a good amount of time to try to go radio silent. Like, this guy's got CB shit. Like, you can't have CB radio. Truckers can't go through there talking shit. You can't have Wi-Fi. You can't have Motorola two-ways. Like, you can't have anything that transmit a wireless signal because they want a pure scope.
You couldn't have a wireless transmitter to play your creepy banjo music.
Correct.
Even like your electric banjo.
Even that.
Man.
electric
What are these
banjo
West Virginians doing?
out the door. No electric
Gotta be-
banjo.
yeah, can't stand for that.
Now, I don't know if you can believe this. I'm gonna think that you're gonna be in shock over this. I'm trying to do this with a straight face. There are people moving here because they believe they have electromagnetic sensitivity. That the radio waves make noises in their head, so that's what makes them crazy. Right?
Obviously.
Couldn't have believed it. Huh? It's become a haven for these people. So they rent property there. They sign the agreement, of course, and then they hand build their house, and they live with like torches, no electricity, and they're interviewing them. They're like, people thought I was crazy because I'd go to church and somebody'd use their cell phone, I'd throw up. It's like, okay, like, I don't know, I don't know what to tell you. I guess that might.
Don't talk to me. That's what I would tell them. Go off into your woods, little one. Go play your Minecraft in real life, and please don't reproduce.
Oh, you can't have microwave ovens, by the way, in this county.
I could do that. I don't have a microwave.
Yeah, but
I can do that.
that's how when
But everything else, that's
compare that to
fuck
like
yourself.
all things that transmit a signal, all the way down to a microwave oven is banned. So if you think it like, oh, I wonder if this is banned, it's fucking banned. Everything there's banned. Anyways, this they interviewed like this place went on. They told about
13,000 square miles. Sorry, that's how big it is.
there you go.
13,000
That's
square
a
miles.
fucking good chunk of land.
And yeah, it looks like the radar is in the middle of it.
I mean, that makes
There's
sense.
a
right?
Navy facility inside of that. So there's your problem. And it takes up a good part of West Virginia and Virginia. Wow, that's interesting. Sorry. Continue.
No, that's anyways, so this little documentary on this no radio zone quickly turned into crazy people who
Awesome.
who referred to the world that you and I live in as the Electro City.
Clever.
Yeah, not electricity, Electro City. If
Yeah,
you live in
also
the
known as, like,
Electro
the
City,
civilized. Wow, I bet they're so fucking proud of that.
oh, they
bunch of
describe
assholes.
non-believers, people that don't believe that they're really sick. Like the lady goes, what do you say? That most people believe that it's all in your head. Everything that you're talking about, radio waves and all this, is all imaginary. And they said people in the Electro City that are non-believers are just closed-minded. That people in the Electro City
That's us.
are closed-minded.
Yeah. Over here being open-minded to like new technology
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah. So
Just being
if you
closed-minded as fuck.
if you build your house out of old fucking pallets and read your fucking weird ass Electro City books under under fucking candlelight, you're open-minded, and the people that have embraced life, I mean, at this point we can just call this life, right?
I would think so.
We are closed-minded. So open your mind up, you assholes that keep embracing new things, and revert back to the pilgrim age. Stop being so closed-minded.
At least they found a little area where they can all go hang out together. That's real fucking far away from me. I appreciate that.
They got like cell phone blockers and stuff. The lady that was doing the report was driving, and literally when you drive into the area, her cell phone just goes like bar down to like LG and then or LTE, and then it goes like 4, 3, 2, 1, and then X, and then that's it. Like once you're in, nothing.
There's no turning back.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, that's
It's a fucking Twilight Zone.
the place has not had a signal since 1958.
What was the last signal that it received?
What was in 1958?
Was that Roswell? Or
What? I don't think that was
I
a
don't know.
signal. Maybe around the same time frame. No, that was 60s, right? But in 58, what was, I mean, radio obviously is still there, but television, was that a thing yet? I know very little about anything to do with our immediate history.
yeah, yeah.
I can tell you
I,
way more about Romans than I can about like fucking J. Edgar Hoover or whoever. Like I can't even say his name right. There's
July 8th, 1947 was the Roswell UFO incident, or the supposed, or whatever you want to believe.
47?
That's when that occurred.
Oh my god, 47.
Yeah, 47.
That's 2 years older than my mom. It's 67 years ago. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You couldn't get away with that now. If an alien crash landed on the planet Earth, I'd receive 15 Snapchats for it before any government official could ever get to that body. There'd be people just, oh shit, you see this? Like, World Star.
World Star. God damn it! I had a. Oh well. That's interesting.
They said even digital cameras can mess it up.
Really?
Yeah, even that small amount is what they're worried about. This dead zone is supposed to be completely pure.
God, I can't imagine trying to stop that, and trying to police that would be impossible. Well, which, I mean, I guess it sounds like it is.
That's what they're
but
running into now. Is it's just becoming impossible.
that's so weird.
Yeah, the guy like pulled into the town, like the most populated. Now, get that most of it's not populated. Like, there's not a lot of people that live there, so the fucking dish is probably doing fine. But they pull into an area. Excuse me. They pull into an area where there's like, several homes all around, like kind of built up on the hill, what you would call a holler where I'm from, and they turn
A what?
a holler. It's like a valley where homes are built up on either side because you can holler to your neighbor and get their attention. So,
Wow.
anyways, hey, that's
Clever.
where I'm from. So
That's up there with Electro City.
Electro City,
Jesus.
yeah, no. So they, and I don't know what else to call it. So I'm just sorry, people, you're getting that term. They pull into what is a holler and they turn on their receiver. And so you can see the homes on either side. And when he turns the receiver, you can see it's like Netgear and it's like Bob's Wireless. And like, they all just, and he goes, there's almost 50 of them that I can pick up. And of course his is picking up shit that, like, you're not going to pick it up on your computer, but
Yeah, crazy sensitive.
yeah, he's picking up a ton. And he's just like, how do we stop all of this? So that place may go under, but it's
EMP. Just bomb that shit.
boom, just hey, we
Just take-
fucking warned
just take
you.
the power
and
out.
then just
Yeah. The beatings will continue until you secure your wireless shit.
and morale improves.
Yeah. Quiet Zone was created by the Federal Communications Commission in 1958 to protect the radio telescopes at Green Bank and Sugar Grove from harmful interference. Huh. I've seen a picture of that satellite before, but I never knew that there was a big quiet zone.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever. I can't even tell you what I was looking up to stumble across it, but it was a story on the fact that they can't keep up with it. That was kind of where the story came up, and then I was like, "There's a fucking quiet zone." Like I didn't know, so I just
Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah.
Start over. Like from the beginning, not.
yeah. I mean, that's like me coming on here and be like, and that's tonight at 10, we're going to have the story of how the murder of Kim Kardashian came to be. And you're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, yay, but
hold
what?
on, wait, that Kim Kardashian was murdered, and then somebody's going to go, but who was Kim Kardashian? So that's where I was. I was in the who's Kim Kardashian phase. So I had to go all the way back and figure out what this
You were in a
zone was.
You were in a better place
Yeah.
before learning about it.
I would like to check this. Like, I'd like to go camping there. And, like, when somebody goes, man, I tried to call you, I can be like, hey, I didn't have any cell reception. Oh, you did? You have Verizon, and you didn't have any cell reception? Well, I mean, I don't know if you've Googled Green Bank, West Virginia. The other thing is, how come on every AT&T or Verizon map we never see like a little square cut out?
Ooh. Fuck.
Come on.
Did you look these up before
I
you
didn't.
made that comment?
I just thought of that. When you see like the nation-to-nation coverage, has anybody ever noticed? Is there like a little?
There's a big fucking blank spot right there.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, if you go look at the maps, there's a blank spot. All of them. Like
Fuck
some of
yeah.
them are fuzzy in some areas, but none of them are in that little area.
That's
at least they're not fibbing.
I mean,
right?
that kind of makes me believe they're stupid little maps a little bit. That's fucking awesome, man. Cool.
That's interesting. I wonder if they're required to do that.
Well, I mean,
I guess it would be false
yeah,
advertising.
it'd be false
right?
advertisement if like somebody was watching that on their fucking black and white TV in Green Bank. They were like,
Sure.
oh shit, AT&T's got cell phone service here.
Call them up.
We could drive 800 miles to the nearest store and buy it.
Like, sure as shit, nobody's delivering that to you.
There's no Amazon in fucking Green Bank. You can't use like. Can you use GPS?
No, right? No, you
How do
couldn't. Unless you had one of those old school like Magellan ones or like TomTom ones.
Oh, you put the
that
maps
you had
on
to
it.
like, yeah, you had to upload it at home, and then you had to like update your maps and shit every time a map pack came
Those
out.
motherfuckers are still using MapQuest and printing like sons of bitches.
You know who else does that? The fucking company that you work for. Oh, man.
I haven't seen anybody print a
place.
MapQuest in a long time. I will
I
say.
haven't seen anybody print a MapQuest since the last time I was at the fucking office. I'm like, hey, you need to go over here. So here's a stack of papers. It's the map and it's the written instructions on how to get there.
It's the map and it's
I'm
the
good.
quest.
Thanks. You guys recycle here? That was like the first comment.
I was told that we work for paper companies and we're not in the business of putting them out of business. Because
Clever.
somebody put like, please think before printing, recycle, and like someone, I won't mention his name, that runs our set of offices, like sent out a email that was like, we're not in business to put them out of business. Print as much as you like and make them look and delete it.
Yep, that's that.
Is
God damn it.
is it the time that we get to brag a little bit about
Oh yeah, it'd be awesome to mention it.
about the things?
I mean, it means a lot to me. So
So-
and it's our show. So if you don't want to hear about it, then
Yeah.
find another show or don't. Just wait for a
Yeah,
minute and it'll be over.
just hang out.
Stick around. It'll be great.
So I'll let you get what you found today up, but just a huge shout out. We are at, as of when this show started, 215 followers, which is 200 new followers since the airing of our 1 week of fame episode, which was 2 weeks ago, right? So
Yeah, I think so.
big shout out to everybody that's on there. Again, that is not to exclude anyone, but if you have liked or followed us on iTunes or on Google Play or whatever other
Yeah.
app.
Whatever avenue, we really, 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 really appreciate it. But I jumped on Podbean today because I obsess over this shit just to see what the viewer little graph was looking like. And I scrolled down a little bit just for shits to see if we were on the sponsored or not the sponsored, but the featured list, and we were featured on the comedy list. And I I thought maybe it was like cookies, so I downloaded the Podbean app on my phone and opened that up, and on the featured comedy list was ours, next to the likes of fucking Mark Maron, Joe Rogan, Bill Burr, Greg Fitzsimmons, some pretty big names, and it was really cool to see. So I don't know if there's somebody at Podbean that enjoys our shit or what, but we certainly appreciate that wherever that's coming from.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love the shit out of everybody on here. It's incredible where this thing is going, and I am super excited. The other thing is we have got a little bit of merchandise starting to pop up. I know you're rocking the button that Mel made.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a couple of them chilling out here.
Oh yeah.
So I think we need to start getting some people in here that want to win some stuff. We got some pictures. We got some big giant super oversized buttons for
Yeah,
Horrible
what are those, like,
Influence.
three like 3 inch
God, they're like
in diameter buttons?
yeah, probably 2.5, 3 inch in diameter buttons that say Horrible Influence. That these are all hand painted by Melanie Lyman, who does all of our artwork for the Horrible Influence, and she had a company print these up, well as some cool photographs. And we are working on T-shirts now. So if you want some free stuff, send us a message. We're on Facebook, Horrible Influence, Twitter. You just gotta search, because I can't remember our Twitter handle. It's like HORBL
It's,
underscore
INFLUNCE.
There it is. Mention us on there, or send us an email at horribleinfluence@gmail.com. Any of those will work, and we'll get some stuff out to you, because man, I can't say it enough. We appreciate you, and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate everybody it's sticking with us through these initial, like, I mean, every time we do this we learn something that we need to do better, or something that we need to stop, or whatever, but it helps a lot hearing from people.
Yeah, it was influence from the listeners that got us doing the dual podcast. So the next episode that you hear will be on Thursday, and that will be gaming. So if you're into the gaming and you wanted it, hopefully you sat through this whole episode to hear this. But
Yeah.
either way, Thursday will be an all gaming episode, so we'll be able to focus a little bit better on that and actually fill a slot without having to rush through it. I'm fucking stoked for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Helps, yeah. But the big issue is that Brad is in Milwaukee and I'm in Seattle. Well, Brad's in Milwaukee when everything's working out perfectly, and I'm in Seattle, so that's a 2-hour difference. If Brad needs to go work where it's a 3-hour difference, then trying to stand this up so Brad gets a decent amount of sleep at night and still can wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go do fucking underwater construction. That's the issue that we're running into. We just have too much shit to talk about, and it spills over, and it's, unfortunately, this podcast doesn't pay our bills yet, so we still need to live everyday lives.
For now. And
Yeah.
And speaking of getting out of that, if you go to horribleinfluence.podbean.com and click at the upper right-hand corner to become a patron, you can donate to keep this going.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Well, man, I'm out for this week. You got anything else?
No, I don't. We did good.
All right, then. We will see you on Thursday for Horrible Influence. Plays games, does gaming. Bye.
Just bye.